enough to get up in front of all of us and sing. So, for our viewers, if you would like more information about the Gettysburg Community Theater, as Chad has said, please visit their website at gettysburgcommunitytheater.org. And for more information about child abuse prevention, trauma therapy, and our support groups for kids and adults, please visit the Adams County Children's Advocacy Center at www.kidsagaincac.org. But most especially, thank you for watching, and remember, let's work together to make our community safe for children and strong for families. And thank you for your support. Bye-bye.
Welcome to this Community Media special presentation.
Okay.
Like Kyle or something? I don't even know.
Yeah, I know.
He's gonna miss. You'll probably miss it.
Okay.
Look at
All right.
that.
Hello again, sports fans, and welcome to the chat alongside Corey Smith. I'm Jeff Cook. And via modern technology and the wonders of Zoom, we have Jordan Stafford and Carl Schaller here, standout guards on the Gettysburg College men's basketball team that won your first round game, right? And then you ran into the hosts up there in Middletown, Connecticut, Wesleyan, who had a pretty good season. And how did they win that game? What was the key to victory for them?
The offensive rebounds, I think they got about 13 or more offensive rebounds. So that kind of set us back a little bit there.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you're supposed to box out, and maybe there's a home court advantage in the postseason. They tend to let stuff go, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that you found that to be true. So you better go strong to the hoop and expect to not get a call and just make the basket.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Jordan, how's the team look for next year? You've got a lot of guys back. Carl, how many? Well, I'll come back to you, Jordan. But how many classmates are set to graduate in May? I think it's four of you, 5.
There's 6 of us.
6.
I'm graduating too.
Oh, you are?
I'm graduating this year, yeah.
But you can play?
No, I'm not playing next year. No, I'm playing overseas, in either Germany, Ireland, Belgium, or France, possibly. So we'll find out soon.
All right, so you're a senior. I was thinking you were a junior. I apologize. So, so either of you guys can answer this question. How solid will the team be next year? What do you think? I mean, you guys are going to be missed. You leave gaping holes in the backcourt.
That'll be good. They got some of the key pieces back from this year. They got the Aiden Mess, big man back. Good role guys off the bench. Nate Williams. They got Malachi Briscoe. And they got some good freshmen coming in. There's 2 really good guards coming in, so I think that'll help with, us graduating and everything. So I think they'll still be solid.
It will be. I think they'll still be near the top of the conference, maybe even the top of the conference. And I think they could definitely make a run and finally catch that elusive Centennial Championship. Even though they lose a lot with me and Carl and some other guys with leadership, but I think they'll be able to fill in the gap that we left for sure.
Yeah, so you guys played your entire career under Coach Dunn, B.J. Dunn, correct?
So
And I've asked, I think, Jordan, we talked about this last year when you were on. You were on about a year ago, it was just the two of us. But it's almost like the United Nations roster. You have players from all over the world. How's that come about?
Honestly, it's the way Coach Dunn recruits. He just recruits, so he likes recruiting like European guys, and pretty much obviously our team is surrounded with different people from all different types of the world, and we get to learn about different cultures, different people, and like I learned so many things from them, and it's like a great experience for like just for even after basketball's over, even after college, I just know so many different cultural backgrounds.
It's not by accident, or is the word spread around the globe that Gettysburg is a place to be?
I'm not sure exactly how he does it, but he does a good job.
I went to Gettysburg, by the way, so I'm an alum. And Mr. Heyman, you know Bill Heyman, trustee, he set it up when you guys were, I think it was the day of your senior day. He says, come over here, a couple guys might want to go to law school, so that's my day job. So I think I talked to Akeem and maybe some other guys, but so yeah, Coach Dunn, he does a great job. He went to Bates. My daughter went to Bates, so and I played noon ball against him too. He's got some game. Noon ball it doesn't exist anymore. I think the pandemic kind of killed it. Now he plays pickleball.
That is his big thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get into that too after I graduate. I gotta find something.
Well, there's a pro circuit. Maybe that's a pathway.
On the pipeline.
Go pro pickleball player.
Yeah. So Corey, I know thanks for setting this up.
Oh,
and,
yes,
thanks
yes,
for saying yes, guys. We appreciate it. Go ahead, Corey.
So in this new era with the NIL and the transfer portal and all that, how's that affect with Division III? We hear that so much with Division I, but in your neck of the woods, how's that affect?
It kind of leaves D1 talent or guys who are D1 or D2 to come down to the D3 level, and we're having higher talent in D3, and it kind of elevates the game even more because now we're having even more perennial guys and more premium talent at the D3 level. More eyes going to be coming to D3.
Well, are D3 athletes allowed to engage in NIL?
Yes.
It's not.
Well, high school kids can technically, so I guess that's why.
Yeah.
It's kind of the right to earn a living, the right to living wage, whatever.
Yep.
Interesting. I didn't know that. So at the D1 level, the notion of a student athlete, I don't think it's the same as at the D3. I mean, you guys are academically oriented, isn't that true?
Very true. Yes.
But I mean, I was the voice of Mount St. Mary's for a year. This is 20 years ago. I don't remember that, and I rode the team bus. I don't remember seeing a lot of guys studying. So, I mean, I know the demands of D1 basketball are even greater than D3. I mean, that's their major. That's their major, and it's the money is unbelievable. So, very interesting. Go ahead, Corey.
So what's the plan now that basketball in Gettysburg is done? What's the future entail now?
I'm planning to play overseas, play professional basketball in a different country, some country in Europe. I'm working with the agent now to figure out where I'm going to play after I'm done graduating, basically.
Well, you said Ireland was one of the possibilities.
Yep, so yeah, Ireland.
I've been
Germany.
there. I recommend it. They have their own league?
Yes, they do. Actually, we have, I don't know if you remember him, but he was on the team last year, Ryan McKeon.
Oh, yeah, you're a big guy.
Yeah, he's actually playing in Ireland right now, actually.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I guess it was wishful thinking, Jordan, when I said I thought you might have another year, but you've had a fabulous career, both over 1,000 points, right?
So,
Jordan, like Conference Player of the Year. You're both on the Centennial Conference All-Star teams for since sophomore year. Don't be modest here. We want to set the record straight. You've had outstanding careers. Yeah, Conference Player of the Year. What, more than once?
no, I got Conference Player of the Year My junior year, and this year I got conference defensive player of the year.
Okay, well, that's a nice resume.
Can't go wrong with that.
So why don't we, do you have other questions ready? Or, I mean, I know
I'll
you
let you
do.
kind of fire in.
Well, we'll diversify. We do this thing, hottest seat in sports. Do you have any candidates?
I have one for each there for the hot
All right,
seat, and
Corey,
then one for
go
the
ahead.
shining star. But for the hot seat, I'm going to go with ACC men's hoops. They only have one team left. That's Duke. Clemson lost to McNeese. Louisville, was down by at least 17 points to Creighton. UNC, was the last team in the tournament, and then lost to Xavier. So I'm just putting the conference ACC in a hole in the hot seat there. So
Well, yeah, I mean, justifiably so, but the one team that's left,
it's
not
the
too
one seed
shabby a
Duke there, yeah.
pick. I went to Duke for law school, so I was once a Cameron crazy, and when I went there, they were terrible. They had this 26-year-old guy, he was their whole team, and then my last year, Mike Jaminski was a 16-year-old freshman. Cooper Flagg's, he's 17, he just turned 18. So, have you guys watched Duke at all? Are they the team? Are they the team to beat?
And, I mean, if Tyrese Proctor is going 7 of 8 from 3 every game, I think they're going to win every game by 20. So I don't know who's going to stop them.
Yeah, and they're unselfish, and I mean, they share the basketball, I was talking with somebody about this, about how you don't see 3 seconds called much anymore. I think that's because of the 3-point shot. You have to defend the perimeter. Guys aren't just hanging out in there. Is there some truth to that, you think?
There's definitely some truth to that. There's so many threes being going up. Just watch an NBA game.
Yeah,
Well, when's the last time you saw 3 seconds called?
very seldomly.
Or palming in the NBA?
I don't think, honestly, in a game this year, for Gettysburg, I don't think we ever had like a 3-second violation. I didn't hear it, not once.
Any palming?
Maybe once.
Yeah, maybe
Maybe
once,
once.
but not really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting how the game has evolved. I mean, Shaq, here's a good trivia question. How many threes did Shaq have in his career? What was he was like 1 for 13. So, and that was at the end of the half. He just jacked one up. It went off the glass and in. But now, all 5 positions have to be able to shoot the three-pointer. I mean, Jared Allen probably doesn't shoot too many threes for Cleveland, but they're kind of what can you talk about the Cavaliers and why they're so good this year? What's going on with them?
It's
I mean,
It seems like they have an interesting roster with the 2 big guys. The game seems to be going in a different direction.
I think it's the re-emergence of Darius Garland. He wasn't really he wasn't really playing this well last year, but this year he's like really exploding. He's really helping out Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell doesn't do a lot. It's kind of relying on Darius Garland, and Evan Mobley is playing really great this year as well. He was an all-star, so.
Yeah, they have. I mean, everybody. I mean, the Celtics keep setting one 3-point record after another. Well, they had so many games with at least 22 threes or something like that. So, like we said, the game is evolving. You guys have anybody you want to put in the hottest seat in sports or shining stars?
I mean, everyone likes Shea, Coach Alexander, but not many other coaches like playing against him apparently because the refs give him every foul. But I mean, they have a really good team too in Oklahoma City, so that'll be interesting to see how that plays out in the playoffs.
And how about the West? You have LeBron and Doncic on the same. I mean, so far it seems like it's working pretty well.
Yeah.
They're playing really well right now, and they're starting to win games even without LeBron now, which is scary. So.
Yeah.
I think right now they're in the 4th spot right now in the West there. They were, kind of up and down there. So
Oh, yeah,
right now they're, 43 and 28. still 3 games above that, that play-in, bubble there. So, I mean, just in the West, you have so many teams in that, area.
How many pounds has Doncic lost since he moved to LA? I mean, I saw somebody like a before and after set of photos. It was, you could tell.
Took it personal.
Yeah. Hey. Well, and none of the fans are too happy. The Mavericks fans, they're not happy at all. So
They have like 7 players who can play.
yeah.
Yeah, we might have to forfeit some games. That's all.
Okay, so Carl, we can talk MLB, but first of all, you're a Sixers fan too?
Yeah.
So am I, but what a disappointing year.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know what the answer is. It's kind of crazy.
We don't trust the process anymore, do we?
No.
It's almost like what process?
Yeah. Well, I mean, George is out for the year, Embiid out for the year. I don't know, Maxey, what's the point of bringing him back, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's talk baseball.
Or the other shining star.
Anybody have one?
I got the.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I have my Maryland Terps, the center Derek Queen. The 10-foot jumper to beat Colorado
Did
State.
he travel?
Yeah,
Was
well,
it
it's-
was
yeah.
a Euro step, wasn't it? You couldn't call that, right?
You can't kill a game like that.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine the hate mail the ref
Oh.
would get if he called that travel?
One more I have is the Kentucky Wildcats. Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think last year you had Kentucky, going to the Final Four when you were on the show last year, or
They're doing a lot better this year, though.
Yeah,
Like,
yes,
Not
yeah.
last year, but they're doing a lot better.
You watched that to prepare?
I did, yes.
Wow, I'm
yes.
impressed.
Yeah.
He was just as smooth and glib as he is tonight, right? I mean, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, Kentucky lost last year to Oakland, so now that they're in the Sweet 16.
Oakland University?
Yeah, in Michigan area. Yeah, so, there's no,
Yeah.
there's 7 teams left in the SEC. They start out with 14, 15, basically their whole conference in the tournament there. So now they have 7 of the 16 left.
How did Hopkins do in the NCAA?
Yeah, he didn't make the NCAA tournament.
Oh, that's right. F&M. Did F&M win the conference?
Yep.
They did, yeah.
When they beat you at the end of the year, right? That was I didn't realize that they were having that good a season. Well, how'd they do?
They lost by 30 or 40 in the first round.
Yeah. So Anyway, yeah. So that'll be a game that'll stick with you. F&M always does. I'm the rugby coach at Gettysburg, and we beat F&M this
There you
past
go.
Saturday. So yeah, it was pretty a good thing. And Carl, we talked about the future. You seem to have a plan.
Yes, for working?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The real world beckons.
Yeah. I'm going to Minnesota to work for General Mills, so I move out there early July. So I have 2 months of summer, which will be nice, but it'll be nice not to start there when it's freezing cold in the winter, so
Yeah.
I'm excited.
What about how's your health overall?
I'm good, I'm doing well.
Have you played any?
All it needs a week to get better, so.
Have you played since the season ended? Have you played basketball?
No, I haven't.
You're not ready. But when you're out there in Minnesota, pick up games.
I
I
got
mean,
some men's leagues.
yeah, there's a men's league. All right.
Yeah.
You already checked it out?
No, I haven't, but
There will be.
yeah, there'll be more.
Good. All right. Well,
I mean,
you know,
it's so cold out there. I mean, you got to do something indoors.
yeah,
Exactly.
it's a great game. Thank you, Dr. Naismith. And you guys have any other candidates for hottest seat in sports or shining star? I mean, I guess I put Cooper Flagg. He's got to get a shining star nomination. He's very, he's what, 17, turned 18. He hurt his ankle, makes a quick turnaround, and they haven't skipped a beat. The big guy, what's his name? Mashwan?
Yeah, man. They call him man.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me of Embiid. He's great around the basket and a great touch with free throws. I mean, is he a one and done too? That guy?
Yup. Just like
Yeah.
he's to pick right now. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting that because I guess he jumps center and kind of is a man among boys. So yeah. Can anybody stop Duke? I don't even know who they play next.
They got Arizona.
Arizona. Is
Yeah,
that
well-
no? Bobby Hurley is Arizona State. Is that right, or is he Arizona?
Arizona State.
That's okay.
I mean, looking at the one seeds, who do you think is going to be the first one seed to go home?
Auburn.
That was what I was thinking.
Auburn.
Yup. In my bracket, I have Michigan beating Auburn in the Sweet 16.
Okay.
I'm sticking with that.
Yeah.
Who did they play right now?
Huh?
Who did Auburn play?
Michigan.
Oh, really?
You know,
Yeah.
yeah, I was kind of leaning on Auburn. You look at Houston. Right now Houston is they got Purdue, which I think that's going to be an interesting matchup there. Florida and Maryland. I think whoever wins that game is going to represent the West in the Final Four. Texas Tech and Arkansas. Arkansas, their depth is kind of small there, but I think they're going to get more guys before they play against Tech there. But, looking at a vulnerable one seed, I would say Auburn. Michigan's, I hate to say this with me being a Buckeye fan, Michigan, the way that they're playing right now, they're just playing, the best basketball that they can. They win the Big Ten and, stringing off these wins here. I think they're a dangerous team that can take off Auburn.
Is Juwan Howard still the coach at Michigan?
No, it's May from FAU.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering about that. How about Hubert Davis on the hot seat at North Carolina? What do you think about that? Is he,
I mean, ever since their Final Four run, it's kind of been a little bit underwhelming. So
And that was his first year too. I mean, first year gets to the Final Four, and ever since there, and it's just been lackluster performance.
I mean, I'm a Duke fan. I'm perfectly happy with his performance. But if you're a Chapel Hill guy, you're probably like, no, if we love the guy dearly, but maybe we need a different coach. I mean, sometimes you lose the locker room. It can happen. So, what are your majors?
I'm a business major with a data science minor.
And I'm a psychology major.
Awesome. You said Germany and Belgium were the other options?
Yup, those are the ones, yup.
Have you been to any of the other countries?
I've been to Belgium from this Europe trip that we went with the team this past summer.
Yeah.
But it was like a great experience. We played like 3 games over there. It was a great experience.
Yeah, talk about that. And then I have a little story from Coach Petrie's days. Go ahead, talk about your trip.
The trip was amazing. It was just like we pretty much were going through about 5 cities, and we ended up in also Amsterdam as well, and Paris. It was a great experience. We just did sightseeing for about 5 hours, and then we at the very end we ended up playing in a game against really good opponents. We played, the first team we played was BC Oostende, who was actually a champion or a runner-up of their Belgian league. It was a Belgian Champions League, which is really good. And the game was really physical. Honestly, it was really physical.
They're grown men.
Yeah, they were grown men.
Yeah.
One kid offered from West Virginia, so
Wow. So, how many games in all did you have over there?
3.
Just 3, and how many guys from the team went?
it was like the whole current roster minus the freshmen.
Yeah.
So we had a good group of guys there.
Well, Coach Petrie used to do the same thing, and he took his team to Germany, and the men's room and the women's room, it's Damen and Herren, right? Damen is women, Herren is men. And his son, Chris, who went to Princeton and now is 40-some years old, he went in the women's room where it says Damen. He says, oh, I thought it was Damen.
The man.
Damen, yeah. So anyway. I didn't get his permission to tell that story, so hopefully it won't come back to bite me. So yeah, that segues right into the program, the tradition. They still have the alumni game, right?
Yep.
Because I played football at Gettysburg, and you couldn't really do an alumni game in football, but you could still do it in basketball. Do you guys know the Hagers? Bruce Hager, Jeff Hager?
Yeah, sir.
I mean, he's Bruce Hager's 3 years behind me, so he's got to be upper 60s, and I know he played a few years ago. I think we taped a couple games way back in the day. But it's amazing, guys still come out, and they used to have, I guess, what, odd years versus even years? How do they make the teams now?
So we did it different this year. We didn't have an actual game, but we had just like kind of like a networking event kind of thing, and all the guys came back, and then later in the season we got like a 1,000-point banner in the gym. So they kind of invited back all the 1,000-point scorers, and they were all recognized at halftime. So it was a little bit different this year, but we still got to meet a bunch of guys, and we had a ton of different alumni events throughout the year. So it was still a good experience.
And they weren't so sore on Sunday after they try to recapture their youth.
Yeah.
Andrew Powers, is he still the all-time leading scorer?
Yep.
So Jack McClatchy, the 2009, when they won the Centennial Conference, down that hallway. In fact, yeah, behind you guys, there's Jack right there. That's George Petrie, that's Jack McClatchy. So he was really good friends with Andrew Powers. He worked with the big men. Is that Andrew right there?
Yeah, right up here.
Yeah. So, yeah, there he is, right at the big, all the way in the back.
Yeah.
So, but Jack was a great guy, and I worked with him and used to play noon ball with him. He was the master of the. He did the arm pull. He'd step on your foot, you name it, to get a competitive advantage. But he was fun, a lot of fun. So you guys are really. You won the Centennial last year, correct?
No, we won the regular season title, but we lost in the semis.
Okay. So was Hopkins that beat you last year and F&M this year?
Swarthmore last year.
Oh, Swarthmore. Oh, yeah, so Swarthmore, they weren't quite as good this year, but still a force to be reckoned with. How do you guys, were you?
They play hard. They press the whole game, and they had some guys who can make shots. And Landry's a good coach, so we had to go in there and play our best basketball and win. But obviously not the Vinny Swarthmore that they had.
You guys golf?
I do sometimes.
Yeah, I don't go.
I don't either. I've never played golf, but today was a good golf day.
A little windy, a
Little
little
windy.
breezy out there. I guess my question for you guys is: was there any other sports like in high school that you played that transitioned to basketball, or was it just basketball centric?
I played soccer, football, and baseball in middle school, and then I kind of transitioned just to basketball in high school, because my coach kind of wanted us to more focus on one sport, and I just kind of like basketball the most, so I just kind of stuck with that. But I think all those sports kind of contributed a little bit to, basketball.
For me, I played football in middle school, but I went to play basketball in high school because it seemed like Carl, my coach, really wanted me to focus on basketball and keep it the main thing. But if I had the chance, I would definitely want to play football and track and basketball too. Yeah.
Maybe rugby.
Rugby, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
You guys come Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 4:15. We're between the baseball field and the softball field. Come on out. So, what do you? what do you think of the town of Gettysburg? I mean, or maybe the broader question, what led you to come here to school?
For me, one of my CYO coaches came here and played basketball here, and he kind of introduced me to Coach Dunn, and we had a Zoom, and I think Gettysburg was the third school that I visited, and it was in the middle of COVID, and I really enjoyed my visit. I liked the coaches, I liked the kids who were here. They were all super nice and super helpful, and I just kind of had enough with recruitment, and I enjoyed my visit to Gettysburg, so I just said, I'm just going to come to Gettysburg. The town's nice, and the campus is nice, so it just kind of all worked out.
No regrets.
No regrets.
Jordan?
For me, I met a coach, assistant coach that was here last year, and he was here for like about 5 years. Coach Elberg, he recruited me here, and I just knew he was like for me because I like played on the AAU team, and I knew he was like a big advocate for me because not a lot of people believed in me, but he did, and also Coach Dunn as well. I just knew Coach Dunn believed in my talent, my ability, and also connected with this guy too. Kind of made me want to come here because it was like, who wouldn't want to play in the backcourt with this guy right here? So those are my three main reasons.
Well, you ever hear of Ron Warner, a legendary guard at Gettysburg? He's on
the wall over there.
Yeah.
I mean, and there was no three-point shot then either. So, and what, Wheaties Parker, these are legends of Gettysburg College basketball, and you guys are now among them. So it's pretty cool that how far you've come in your careers. And should we talk MLB?
Yeah, I mean, it's up, yeah.
Carl's a Phillies fan. Is that, you're from the area of Philadelphia?
Yeah, I'm from Garnet Valley, which is like about 30 minutes from Philly, so been to a bunch of games, and I've grown up there my whole life, so all Philly.
Yeah. Is Bryce Harper your favorite Philly?
Yeah.
Me too. I mean, I said I'm a Phillies fan. Hard not to have him, but talk about their chances this year.
I mean, it's always exciting. I mean, 2 years ago now when they made that World Series run, I feel like if you put that team and Bryce Harper in the postseason, they can beat anybody. And as long as he's playing good, I hope Trey Turner has a better year this year. I like Schwarber a lot. They got Wheeler back and Nola, so they got the right guys to make a deep run. But I mean, it's kind of hard to compete with the Dodgers when they just have infinite money. So I mean, we'll see what happens, but
Yeah. A six-man rotation, that doesn't include Ohtani or something like that.
Or Kershaw or such like
Yeah.
that there. I mean, that division itself looks like it's going to be a three-horse race, the NL East there with, the Phillies, the Mets, and the Braves there. So, see what happens. And
Cunha's coming back in May. And Strider's back.
the Mets got Soto.
The Mets, the Mets stocked up, and that was the hardest part of last year was losing to the Mets, right,
Yeah.
Carl?
Yeah.
Opening day is Thursday. Hope springs eternal when you're a Phillies fan. I have to say, when they were playing Houston, and when Topper brought in Alvarado to face the lefty, I turned it off. Right before he hit the home run, right? It's like, this is not good. Boom. And then I had a premonition. And then against the Snakes, it all just fell apart, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the 2 games at home, and guys are swinging at pitches they can't hit with a 10-foot bat. So, I mean, hopefully the Phillies will have better plate discipline. Turner, I guess, had a terrible spring. So did Schwarber.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a good omen. What about Schwarber in the lead? Is he still going to lead off? I see he's been leading off a lot in spring training.
I think they put Trey Turner there a little bit.
I think
As an
that's the way to
experiment
go.
there, yeah.
That's I've seen it on social media, but it makes sense to put Schwarber like 4th or something like that.
Yeah, because he's the one hitting the home runs, right?
Yeah. Well, listen, guys, you can stay, we got 10 minutes or so, but is there anybody you want to give a shout out to? I mean, is anybody watching live now, or they can access this interview at any time? So we'll have it up on our website within days? Is that normally how it works?
Oh yeah. Usually about tomorrow morning it'll be up on the site or such like that. There.
I mean, family, coaches, whatever you want to say, here's a chance.
I'll shout out Coach Dunn. It's been my guy for 4 years. He brought me here in the middle of COVID, believed in me as a freshman, and we accomplished a lot of fun things together, a lot of great things, and definitely still be in touch with him. And shout out my mom and dad, my siblings. I don't think my dad missed a college game. Maybe he missed one in the 4 years. So him having the full-time job and still being able to make the drives and everything, it's always fun having him in the stands, chirping at the refs, and my mom there to calm him down a little bit, and my siblings there as well. So it's just a fun experience when you can share with your family.
I'm shouting out definitely Coach Dunn as well. Coach Dunn is the one that set this up for us. Coach Dunn is still doing things for us even when we're not even all a part of the team anymore. That's just the person he is. Also shout out my mom, of course. She's always been in my corner since day one, and even when people didn't believe in me. Shout out my stepdad for making most of the games, even though he's like driving around in his truck in like Kentucky or wherever, Tennessee, wherever it is, he'll be at that game. Shout out my brother as well for being a big inspiration to me. And shout out to Shallers and Carl Schaller right here. Thank you for making these 4 years fun and experience I will remember forever and cherish.
And thanks to modern technology, you can still follow the Bullets, right? You can watch the games online, stream.
Yeah, we'll be following.
My question for you guys is, what's your most memorable moment, in your tenure, with the Bullets?
That was tenure,
Tenure,
T-E-N-U-R-E, not 10-year.
Tenure.
Yeah, it's like extra 4 years from COVID.
I mean, there's a lot of them, but I think for me, last year, it was like our last regular season game when we clinched like the #1 overall seed, and that was the first time in program history that we had won the regular season championship. So that was a special moment, and then obviously that was senior day too. So we got to go say some nice things to all the seniors, and then just get together after and have a good time and just be with each other. So I think that probably is at the top of my list.
I think I gotta go with Carl on this one. That was just a great experience. It was just like so much joy. There was just so much laughter. It was just like such a legendary group. Like we made history of like becoming like the first regular season champions. And it was just like a special day to be with our families and share that moment with like so many other people. It was like something I'll remember forever.
Beautiful stuff. I know people are watching or will watch, and they'll appreciate every word. Who's going to win the NBA this year? Prediction?
I want the Memphis Grizzlies to win because I like Ja Morant, but to be realistic, I would say the Boston Celtics again.
Yeah, I'm a big Steph Curry guy. I have like 3 Davidson jerseys of his, so with the addition of Jimmy Butler, I think they can do it. I think Steph's got one more run in him. That's who I'll be rooting for, but realistically, I'd probably go with the Celtics too.
Well, what about Jimmy Buckets has turned that whole team and
Yeah, crazy.
what is it? He's turned it all around. Is it karma or
He's a winner.
he's got a lot of energy and
Does.
he's a team player. He wants to win. I mean, I don't know what went south in Miami. He had some good years there.
Yeah.
And they were playing tonight in Miami, so you got so you got some bad blood and all that there. So
I don't know. Will they boo him in Miami?
well, they said they're going to
Shouldn't. I mean,
I think they definitely will.
yeah. I think they're going to do a thank you video or something like that to Jimmy Butler there. So see how that goes. But I mean, this is like a must win, or not really a must win. This is a get up game there for Miami. They have the 10 seed right now, where it looks like they're going to get that 10 seed because the Raptors are falling apart there.
yeah.
So
But they got like a 5 or 6 game lead over the Raptors and the Sixers.
yep.
But they're not a threat to do anything, I'm sure.
Bottom
So,
of the East isn't great.
and we didn't talk football at all, which usually, Corey, it's kind of a slow, the free agent period, a lot of splashes early, and the draft's coming up. Eagles also, Carl? Oh, yeah.
I was wearing my Super Bowl shirt this morning.
Flyers for me, not so much. Are you big Flyer?
I'm a big Flyers guy. I like hockey.
Okay.
I went when I was little, so.
It was quite a Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
So you've already, see, you're spoiled. You've already had 2 Super Bowls in your young life. And I wrote about this. In 1960, the Eagles won the NFL title, and it wasn't televised. It was on radio. So, yeah, that's weird. I mean, everything has gone so far. Everybody makes buckets of money. Now college players do as well. High school, I don't know of any high school kids getting NIL around here, but maybe in the big cities or out in the Midwest, I'm sure it's happening. Like LeBron, when he was in high school, probably could have had some sweet deals. So,
He was in a commercial with Jordan in high school.
Yep.
Crazy.
well, who is the greatest basketball player of all time?
Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan. Still Michael Jordan.
I feel like every
You're
time
not named. You're not named for him, are you?
No, that's not how it is.
Okay, all right,
Nothing to come out like that.
Carl.
I feel like every time I'm asked this question, I switch my answer. Because, I don't know, you just go both ways, but, I mean, I gotta go with LeBron because I've never watched Jordan, and him being able to play this way at the age he's at is kind of crazy, so, appreciate greatness while it's still here.
LeBron.
Yeah.
What about Wilt Chamberlain? I mean, I saw this thing on social media about 30-30 games. He had a bunch of guys at 3, 5, or whatever. Wilt had like 150 or something like that.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
No, stats-wise.
Yeah, he was something. I tell this story too, that he scored 100 points in Hershey, and I listened to that game on my transistor radio, but they show this picture. He's holding this cardboard where somebody wrote the number 100. I mean, that was it. Just a quick improv, like, oh, here you go. And I mean, now it'd be on the scoreboard and
Graphics
all over
everywhere,
the
yeah.
world. So it's an exciting world. I mean, you guys, from having your teammates, you get a global view, don't you?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, and I have a global view. We're almost out of time.
Oh, we're good.
I'm segueing in here to some other non-sports terrain, but we talked a little bit about the exchange. They're not exchange students, but the students from around the globe that have come here to play basketball. Bajiri, was that the guy's name? Last year, the guard from Italy.
Oh, Anto Baggi?
Baggi.
Baggi.
Yeah.
I've done a couple games for community media, Bullets games, and I was all set when he hit a 3 to say buongiorno, but it never quite worked out the way I wanted it to. Where's he now? Back in Italy?
He's playing in Italy.
Yeah.
Semi-pro?
Yeah, so.
Yeah. So he's still playing.
Which means you have to get a day job too, and you.
Yeah.
He does have to get a day job. I think he's making enough money where he can still play, and not work a job.
Yeah. But semi-pro means you don't get quite as much as if you're
Yeah.
all
A tier
a
there,
pro,
yeah.
a pure pro. We're getting a call.
It might be
Any
a little
hecklers?
bit. Yeah.
We could always have some hecklers calling in. We won't allow that, but. Well, listen, you guys have been fabulous. We really appreciate you being on. Any other questions that are out there?
I guess what's your the Final Four, since we're at that Sweet 16? Who do you think's going to make the Final Four now? I had St. John, so I had to retool my bracket now.
I'll go Florida. Florida, Duke, Purdue, and I'll go with Auburn too.
You guys, I mean, how many brackets do you guys play?
I made 2.
Okay.
And one I had Florida winning, and the other I had Maryland as like the Cinderella kind of thing.
See,
Wow.
I have. Give me.
I know you don't have Auburn.
No. Houston, Michigan State, Duke, Florida.
Okay.
Florida has a kid from New Oxford on the team. Tom Houck. So he hit 2 big free throws, I guess, when they knocked UConn out the other day.
Yeah.
So a local connection, and a kid from McNeese State, Kadir Copeland, he went to
Yeah.
Gettysburg High School.
I played
So,
against them in AAU a bunch.
really? Are they
Yeah.
still in it?
No, they're out.
They're out.
No, okay. They had their moment in the sun.
Yeah.
The Mount coach and his son, they had a nice story.
Yeah.
I read a couple different papers, so. Well, listen, we're almost out of time. Any parting thoughts? We wish you all the best.
Thank you. Thanks for having us on.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Yep.
Namaste. Yeah. You guys are great, and we wish you success, and hopefully you'll keep in touch. If you need any help getting copies of this stuff or whatever, let us know. Your agent might want it to show how affable you are and smooth.
Yep. Yeah, anytime you guys want to come on, you're always more than welcome to come on, and thank you again, and wish
Well,
you all
yeah,
the best.
You can call us on Tuesday night and update us, between 6 and 6:45 Eastern Time. You're going to be in Central Time, I guess,
Yeah.
Carl, and you're going to be, 5 hours ahead of us? 5 or 6 hours ahead of us?
I'll be fine with it.
You've always been ahead of the game there, Jordan, so,
There you guys.
yeah, we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Tell Coach Dunn we appreciate him, too, for helping to set this up, and Corey Smith, the brains behind the operation, so nice job all around. Jordan and Sean in the control room, thanks to all of you for tuning in, and thanks for being on Sports Chat.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
All right. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Until next time, sports fans, good night. Mahalo. Good. Yeah, very good. I looked at when I first looked at